The Pyramids of Giza. Now there are three big ones. There is Cheops, Chepren and Mycernius. And Giza, that is in Egypt, in northern Africa. Now, and they were built 4,600, 4,700 years ago. And these are basically the very big tombs or burial sites of pharaohs, of Cheops, Chepren and Mycernius. Now, the rocks, the stones, came from the Mokattam Hills. They were quarreled out of the stones, then brought in and then constructed there. They had no pulleys, so they were bringing them with ramps up properly. 100,000 people is an estimation how many people worked there. 4,000 at the construction site, 69,000 when the rest doing the quarreling and the sledge and bringing all the stones there. There's also the Sphinx. The Sphinx is guarding the causeway to the Chepren, the middle pyramid. The Sphinx, that is a lion with a human head, one of Chepren. The head of Chepren is it. And now what is there is, they have different sizes. The Cheops is the biggest one, 150 meters, the Chepren 140 meters, and the smallest one, Mycernius, 70 meters. But they have the three ones of his wives in front of him, the smaller ones also. Now the Cheops, it has 50,000 square the ground. There's a 230 meters, 230 meters, 230 meters. And now the smallest one, the Mycernius, has just a tenth of the limestones used for the other one. They had limestone facing, all three, just the middle one, the Chepren, has it still at the top. The Mycernius, they had also pink granite. The Cheops has granite in the center, and it's the burial chamber, and the granite sarcophagus for Cheops himself. At the south side, there is a chamber discovered in 1954 of Cheops, where his funeral worship was untouched since 4,600 years ago. Now his burial chamber. You go into the pyramid, down, there leads a staircase down into to an uncompleted burial chamber. 20 meters in, there goes a staircase upwards, when you go up. And then you come to another uncompleted burial chamber. And then you follow it through the ground gallery up to Cheops' burial chamber. 10 meters long, 5 meters high. 5 meters also, yeah, also 10 meters long, 5 and 5. How were they built? No, the Mokattam Hills, the Quarreling, the stones, the bringing there, the ramps up and so on, and 100,000 people. We took the bedrock where we wanted to build the thing. Then we put mud at the outside and filled the thing with water. And when we got there, I assume with a stick, and we measured that it was everywhere exactly, let's say 10 centimeters deep. And that it was basically the plan. So we went there and made then the ground deep, that it was exactly 10 centimeters deep. We were chopping off that stone, but it is 10 centimeters deep at that place. We're going to the next place, and so on. We made all the trenches in. But when you at that place, it's 10 centimeters deep. Then we made the water away and dug all the protruding from the stones back to this exactly the form that the trenches were. Because the water is flat, and you could just have to measure how deep is the stone. Now you have it exactly flat. When we're putting these stones there, these 2.3 million iceberg Cheops, and we're weighing 2.5 tons, and they're 1 cubic meter every time. We put it there, and they just built it on top. And that Cheops has an elevation of 52 degrees. And why did we build them? There's an idea that it gave many workers work to do. The Nile has seasons where the Nile is going over there's a big river going from the Central Africa up then through Egypt and out. And where it comes through Egypt, the big Nile river can flood. And when it's flood, it takes a lot of sediments, a lot of things with it. It makes the ground good growing, I think, the agriculture. But during that season, no one can work there. The farmers cannot work there. So it was an opportunity to give the people work during the time. That is one idea. Another idea is also it gave the people a feeling of nationhood and something great to build. And I think that is all according. No, another thing is also there was the Ben. And the Ben was an Egyptian thinking that it had the form of a pyramid, that it was a symbol of a sun god, and also the Sphinx with the head of Chepren, the lion thing. That was carved into solid rock. That were not rocks from the Mokattam, it's like the pyramid. That was into solid rocks. That was also adorned as a sun god. Maybe that was the reason. And that is according to, Grigson's Wonders of the World book on the pages 18, 19, 20 and 20.